Hello, are we recording? We're recording. Oh, ew, 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 ew. Ow, ow, ow. Authenticity. Alright, yo. Oh gosh, wonky camera. Wonky. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, we working. Oh, wonky camera still. Flipping heck. Alright, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna move. Alright. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today we are going to talk about something that I've talked about before on my channel, but I feel like a lot of people are still asking me to like look over it for them, and unfortunately I don't have time to do that. So hopefully this personal statement guide will be helpful to you. It's my revised guide. It'll be slightly different to the personal statement video that I uploaded earlier. Couple tweaks here and there based on like my own personal experiences, as well as based on the experiences of all of the fabulous tutors and stuff that I have been engaging with. So without further ado, let's talk about personal statements. So the personal statement is the statement that you send off to universities, both for undergrad as well as postgrad qualifications. The personal statement, I think it's important to understand what it is and what it does first before we leap into like how to write one, like what do we need to include. The personal statement is a statement which demonstrates why you're interested in the course that you're applying for, as well as what makes you a good fit for the course. So that's the two parts of it. Like, what is it, like why this course and how you would be a good candidate for it. So in terms of the structure of the personal statement, obviously there's differences and variations. For example, for Oxbridge, you want to keep it to 80% academic stuff and then 20% extracurricular, whereas you have a little bit more leeway to talk about extracurricular stuff that's not directly linked to your subject for other universities. But yeah, personal statement, the structure is the first thing that you want to talk about in the introduction. Why this subject? Like, this is your opportunity to really go in. And I don't want, you know, one of those flouncy, flowery openings of, oh, 80 many years ago, I knew I wanted to study mathematics. You know, when I was in my mother's womb, I just loved I loved hearing this, you know, this numbers. They were coming to me in the, none of that. Okay, we want concise, to the point. Why is it that you have chosen history? What is it about history that you enjoy? Why mathematics? What is it about maths? Why medicine? What was the point at which you said, yes, this is for me? That's the introduction. Then you want to talk about your experiences, right? So what are the things that you have been doing to actually support that this is a subject you are both interested in, know about, but you're also interested in furthering your knowledge about. So for example, if you're studying English literature, or you're interested in studying English literature, maybe you may have gone to lectures, maybe you may have been reading other pieces of literature, maybe you watched a film that you really liked. So talk about that in your, like, the next part of your personal statement. Talk about summer schools, talk about, you know, things that you have gone to that is directly linked to your subject. Then you want to chime in with your subjects, right? So like, what are the other subjects? If you're studying sociology at, you know, university, but you're also studying, you know, English literature or history at A-level, how does the stuff you're doing in your A-levels relate to your interest in sociology? It might be that, you know, in English lit, for example, you find it really, really interesting how, you know, social context and social dynamics relates to the way that an author presents his ideas, or, you know, how social dynamics relates to the way in which the characters in the book are shaped and identified. Like, what are their social, like their actual social identities, and how this contributes to their character in English literature. So those are the kind of things you would want to put next in your personal statement. And then comes in the extracurricular. You know, if you were a head boy, or if you do sports, or if you do volunteering, but I would keep this to a minimum. I was flabbergasted because I did things like Duke of Edinburgh and the Challenge. All of these things got cut in the end because there are things that will take precedence in your personal statement, which are the things that I mentioned above. And then lastly, conclusion. We need a strong conclusion. Like the introduction and the conclusion are often the most important like ways of hooking your reader. This is like writing an essay essentially. And I feel like majority of students do this so poorly, at least at first. And you really need to tie in like why you and why now. Why you? So that's definitely important in a personal statement. So that is kind of like the structure of the personal statement. Now, content is all about, for me, it's narrative. What is your narrative? You need to have a very strong story running through the personal statement. That's why it's called a personal statement. It's personal to you. What is it about you? Like running through the entire personal statement. What is it about you that makes you an interesting candidate? Like, I don't want to hear, you know, all of this nonsense about, oh, you know, I just find the detail in history. History is all about historiography, blah, blah, blah. That's great stuff. But I want to hear about you and your story. What is it that makes you the perfect candidate? It might be that, you know, for example, if you are interested in history, you have come across a lot of things in history that speak to your present experience and your present identity now as, say, a woman or as an ethnic minority. It might be that. It might be that, you know, if you're interested in philosophy, the fact that, you know, modern day philosophers or coming across those kind of things in your everyday situation has led you to want to pursue it at a higher level. Do you get you understand what I mean? So really think about the narrative and the story that's carrying forward your personal statement. What is it about you in particular? And then just kind of like grammar points, like make sure it's clear, no flowery like nonsense language, like overly verbose. Like, you know those verbose personal statements where you're reading them and you're just like, I have no idea what you just said to me. The admissions tutors feel the exact same way. They're literally looking at you like, what is going on here? I don't understand. Make sure it's clear and concise. Read your personal statement out loud. Read it to somebody else that doesn't study your subject. Read it to, you know, just read it out loud. Get in the habit of making sure that it makes sense. Keep your sentence length short. I am the most annoying person when it comes to sentence length because I used to write long ass sentences. Make sure they're short, concise, vary the length. You know, this is really your opportunity to show off a little bit. So yes, you know, vary the length, but don't make them too long, lest you get the reader annoyed. And I think that's it. I have created a personal statement guide. It's available on Grant Fairy, but it's also I'm going to like find a way to put the link in somewhere that you can download it. So yeah, please guys, I'm wishing you all the best of luck for your personal statements. Please keep these points in mind and you will be A-okay. So best of luck, all my love.